What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about hiring people for your restoration business. Specifically, what are some of the red flags? What are some of the things that you need to be looking for when you're hiring somebody? That's what we're covering in this video today. So yeah, it's a little bit of an HR thing. And look, I've made some really good hires. I've made some really bad hires. So I want to be able to share some of those best things with you in this video today. So here's the deal. If you own a restoration company and you want to know how to spot crazy before you hire them, you don't want to miss this one. Let's go.
There are certain questions that you probably can and cannot ask legally when you're interviewing somebody. I don't know what those questions are, but I would encourage you to get all that information you need to get regardless of what laws you think you might need to break. Find out whatever you think is out of bounds and find a way to tiptoe around that, because you need to know, are you hiring someone that is crazy? Are you hiring someone that has been arrested? Are you hiring someone that is an addict? Are you hiring someone that is married to crazy, that is married to an addict, that is married to someone with a gambling problem? You need to know these things, because I'm telling you, if you hire him and she's crazy and she's got those problems, you're hiring her. You are hiring her, okay? And you just need to be very, very diligent about that. Another one, like the minute they lie to you, terminate, done. I'll tell them real quick. I just got no place for a liar. No place for a liar. Like, you can oversleep. I'll be honest with you, dude. You can get a DUI. You can get a DUI. And I find that more forgivable than lying to me. Because a mistake is one thing, but deceit, that's another. And that brings me to another one. A zebra can't change his stripes. Do not hire a thief. Do not hire somebody that's ever been in trouble for stealing. I'm telling you, once they got sticky fingers, they keep sticky fingers. Do not hire them. Don't hire them. And if you think you've got somebody, the minute that you think you've got an infraction, listen to your gut. Listen to your gut. Write them up 3 times, get them out. Move them up, get them out. Get them in, get them out. Okay? Don't hire a thief. Be careful with second chances. I had a big heart trying to hire people and keep people and give them second and third chances. And it very rarely worked out in my favor, I'll tell you that. And maybe that's just me, but just be careful, okay? Just be careful. Another good one, when you're interviewing somebody, just look at their work history. Don't tell them to bring you a resume, because that's intimidating for a technician.
Hey guys, real quick, in case you didn't know, I help people just like you grow and scale your water damage restoration business. If you are interested in me helping you grow and scale your company, go to workwithshane.com. We hop on a 15-minute call to see if we're a good fit. Workwithshane.com. Now, let's go back to the video.
Just look at their work history and look for gaps in their work history and talk about the gaps. Some good questions to ask when you're interviewing somebody. So I see you left here on this date and you went there. What was your primary reason for leaving? So find out why they left, because a pattern may emerge. Nothing may pop up, but patterns will emerge in their answers. So ask them why they left, and then ask them this question too. Just curious, what would have had to happen for you to stay? And then that way you can see what problem maybe needed to be solved. So why did you leave? What would it have took to get you to stay, right? And then find out why they left every time. And if you see a gap in their work history, they probably spent some time in the can or finding themselves in wherever they go, because these kids aren't, if you're applying to be a water damage restoration technician, the odds of you studying abroad are not very high, So look for breaks in their work history and just kind of talk around that. If they're not from the area, find out if they got family close by. I always find out, cool, married, wife, kids, tell me about yourself. And yeah, I'm sure I did probably ask things that were illegal, but I don't really care. I ain't hiring you until I know I'm comfortable hiring you, okay? And if you're going to turn me in at the interview process, we weren't going to be a good fit anyway, okay? So there's that. But take that for what you will. If they've been on workman's comp, no, I don't know if you can ask them if they've been on workman's comp. I think you can. I think I did. I think I had. And they've been on workman's comp. Nope. If they've been on unemployment, what? I ain't hiring you, bro, if you've been on unemployment. Just telling you. Shane, what about COVID? I don't care. Now, let me tell you about another mistake that I see people make. I don't know why. I was about to say why you guys do this because I found myself doing this too. I felt obligated in the early years to only entertain the idea of hiring guys that had certs and had experience. And man, that was, not only was it overrated, it was flat out just dumb and wrong. You limit the pool of people you can get, number one. And number two, they're retreads. They are retreads, and retreads are tough. I'm just telling you, I like to hire for potential, not necessarily skill set. You know what I mean? But there again, I may not be the person you need to talk to about hiring advice. But we're talking about mistakes being made. I'm just telling you, hiring retreads can be a problem. So just be careful with hiring retreads. They're going to bring a lot of bad habits with them. And it's just not always what you think, okay? It's really not always what you think.
Guys, if you didn't already know, the two biggest problems you're going to have in owning a restoration company are this. Number one, getting consistent water damage jobs coming in the door. Number two, getting paid what you're worth for those water damage jobs. For that reason, I'm addressing both those problems with these videos to my left or right. On one side, it's about getting jobs. On the other side, it's about getting paid. Go over there, click the link. I'll see you in the next video.